Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype. It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jay Sox, Buff Nerd. Let's go. And of course, I'm joined by Big Game James, the myth, the man, the legend, the reason why we have this show. And you are watching Big Game Sports Buzz, and we're so happy that you are here. This is where the sports pro athlete and the sports fanatic get together and talk about sports and everything else.
Something like that.
Hey, you know what, man? We just keep growing, and we want to say thank you and appreciate you for helping us to continue to grow. Make sure that you chat with us. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and smash that bell so you know when you can look at some more big game entertainment.
Man, I'm about to change my name. Hey, man, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, who you tuning in watching, man, for the first time, make sure you do what J Stock say. Hit that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that bell so you know. But, you know, we had a little discussion, y'all, and I'm just going to change my name. Instead of saying Big Game, I'm going to start changing my name to the Big Hater. You know what I'm saying? Big hater. You know why? Because they hate the hustle. They hate the hustle.
Hate,
you know what I'm saying?
hate.
I'm gonna put
it's
big
all right,
hate.
man.
We're gonna get some big hater hats.
That's all right. Hey,
big hater. Hey, we should go with Big Hater Entertainment.
Nah, man, that hate is because I hate us, and I understand. You know, it's hard to be in this pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's just so hard, man. It's so hard. Hey, but
that's
again,
what happens when brothers get haircuts, y'all. It's okay. It's okay.
Don't get lost in the waves.
I might be mad because I can't have a hairline no more. It's okay.
You do. It's just on your face. Look, so
Smile.
so smooth,
okay.
So clean,
like a baby bottom.
So smooth, so clean. Man, look, of course, tonight we're going to have our 4 downs, our oh hell no, which you're actually going to share tonight because I'm kind of with you on this. Between the lines, keep it on the court because guess what? NBA has started. And of course, tonight's top 5 list, which is top 5 NBA dunkers of all time. Let me tell you something. This is a hard list. This is a hard list.
Boy, you say? What you say. It's okay though.
This is a hard list.
You might say I took the easy way out, bro.
You did. Though. I already know you did, but I understand because it's hard. It's a hard one.
That's a hater.
Man, let's get into these 4 downs. All right, folks. So first down, if you were living under a rock or you were at work, which a lot of us was, you would have seen that the United States men's national team of football has advanced by beating Iran. How big of a deal is this that they did this? How big of a deal?
You know what, Jay? It's big. And I'm going to say it's big, not because they beat Iran. I think it's big for what I saw out of young sports fans today. You know, like you said, unless you were living under a rock or at work, which I was at work, there were kids walking down the hallway with computers wide open about to walk into the walls cheering for the USA. It's like it brought out a spirit and a camaraderie that I just love to see. And being where we choked the first game versus Wales, you didn't know I was going to say that, right? You didn't know the big game kind of looked a little bit. Being that we choked our first game, you know, we got a win that we needed to get, and it's big, man. So I take it. I take it as they come. Any win that the men get is big because we don't normally win in the World Cup.
Yeah, you know, last time we talked World Cup, I threw out that date back in 1932, I believe it was, the last time that the U.S. made it to a Final Four, which was the highest they've ever made it. I think it was big because there was a lot that was surrounding this game off the field and not necessarily on the field. I think a lot of people had the feeling that the U.S. could beat Iran. They really could beat them, but it was the scrubbing of the flag. It was Iran wanting, the U.S. to be suspended for 10 games and all of this kind of stuff. So I mean, it was big. I think for Berhalter, it is a relief for him because, as you stated, it's been tough. It's been hard for the U.S. men's national team. It's just been tough. They have not done well in world play. Okay, they just haven't.
Right. They haven't, man. It's just like it's tough.
It's tough, but they have a young team. They have some good strikers, good defenders, and so this could be the jump off for them in the future. How far they go now, who's to say? But at least they made it out of pool play. That's big, right? That's big. That gets you further into this thing, and we started talking about rankings and things of that nature. So U.S. is 16th ranked, whereas in the England tie to me was a bigger deal.
Okay,
right. Whereas 0-0 and England is like third in the world or something like that. So yeah, they were supposed to come in and dominate, and that did not happen. So like you alluded to, Wales is a big letdown because we should have beat Wales, but ended up tying with them. So, you get into a situation where you have to beat Iran. And luckily, because of the rest of the pool, you don't have to have a large number to beat them by, which is what they would have to do just in case. But yeah, I think it's good to see that. It's good to see that. Soccer is not an American sport.
No,
it's just not.
It's
not.
It's not. And it's funny, but not funny. But I got a good question for you, Jay. With all the parents being scared of concussions and head injuries dealing with American football, do you feel like parents are gearing more toward? Man, put that cup down. Do you feel like parents are gearing more towards soccer when it comes to sports for youth? Because so many young people I've seen cheering. Hey, Jay, I had kids rooting for other countries because their favorite soccer player is playing for that country.
I think so. Don't kill me on this, but I think it's actually I think it's actually part of video games, FIFA, which is a huge game, and so now you're able to see some of these players, in a different format, and now you get to follow them. Also, YouTube is a great medium where you get to again see Lionel Messi and Ronaldo and Ronaldinho and all these other players that in our day we wouldn't have been able to see it unless we had to stay up late to watch the game. So I think that's another part of it. But yeah, man, it's good to see. Now, again, as far as parents pushing their children to that, I don't see it. I see more kids playing video games more than anything else.
You know what? I totally forget about the video game aspect. And my bad. I know my head keep going down, man. I'm still shooting the show out to certain people. So I know they remind them so they can try to catch it live. So but I didn't think about the video game aspect because I'm not trying to be funny. I think that was probably one of my first interactions with it was FIFA back when I was in college. One of my roommates said, "Hey, man, we gotta get on this FIFA," and I just thought it was cool. I was running around just tackling everybody, legs sliding, taking legs out. I thought it was like the funniest thing in the world. I was like, soccer, they do this, and soccer, they just. My man's like, you cheat, quit tackling me. I'm like, whatever, man. That's not a tackle. I'm tackle you for real. And I learned how to, I learned a little bit about the game from playing FIFA, honestly. So,
sure,
I totally, I took that part out. My bad.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Buffner to give you something. He'll give you a nugget every now and again.
And if you're lucky, it's a chicken nugget.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I just moving right along.
Second, boy, golly. Oh, you laid an egg on that. Hey, so second down.
Boy.
Oh man. Jets. Jets. Jets are probably better without Wilson. Zach Wilson has not lived up. Can we say he's not lived up to the hype?
I still want to say it's early. Am I tripping for saying that?
I don't think so, man. Was he second year?
Second year player, but he was the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft when he came out.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't looked like sugar. He's looked more like shit.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I think the one thing most people in the NFL, not most people, I'm gonna say it like this. Not I think. Guys in the locker room, Jay, want you to be accountable and take ownership of what you do or don't do.
Right.
Not everyone, you're not always gonna have a great game.
Yeah.
And when asked the question about letting the defense down, he didn't go to bat for his defense. Like, my defense played great, I've got to do better. He got to let the defense take the blunt of the sword and get shanked and still by himself, which makes him look very selfish, right?
Right.
You know, he's got to be the man to be like, hey, I messed up. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking. I've got to play better. He never said it.
Yeah.
He lost the locker room. And, you know, a lot of people said, I don't think Saleh's going to do it, but he should be benched. I tip my hat to Robert Saleh because Robert Saleh made the tough decision of benching Zach Wilson. And, dude, Mike White came in the game like gangbusters this past week. You know, they said the guys, in all three, he has 3 career starts. And all 3 of those career starts, he's thrown for over 300 yards. So, there's this free agent they got on the team, the dude to take him to the promised land. And can you get rid of Zach Wilson next year, or do you give him another chance? Saleh says he needs to grow and learn and experience how to handle things. So, but he's inactive. He's out there he's on the sideline in street clothes, taking it all in. Can he come back from it, Jay?
Well, here's my question though, and this is a question I have for you as a defensive player. I look at it kind of like gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Our backup in Dallas.
Cooper Rush.
So there's no book on Cooper Rush, or there wasn't. There's no real book on White.
True. Okay.
So to me, it's kind of that it's a spark. You don't really know how he plays. You don't know his tendencies. There's no book on him. You get a book on him, now all of a sudden it's, okay, how good is he then? You bench Wilson. I think that's tough for a young quarterback, but it's also one of those things of we've got to see what you can do as a fan. You love it because you won, and that's all you look at, and now you're like, okay, it's time to bench Wilson. Well, he's a second-year player. You know, and if we look at players in the same position, a lot of them don't recover from this. A lot of them don't do well.
I thought about Josh Rosen when all this went down.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rosen, and then I was like, I tried to go to bat for Rosen, and one of my boys was like, nah, JC, you can't defend Rosen. Rosen was entitled. He came into the league like that and treated people like he was better off because of his background. And he was the same way in college. But I'm like, is Zach Wilson the sound? Like, is that a fair assessment or fair comparison? My buddy said that he thinks they're the same person. In the sense to what they're not going to change their attitudes because of how they feel like they should be treated. So if you already feel like you're entitled to be the man and be the number one without putting the work in and without taking ownership, you're not going to sustain your locker room and have those guys go to bat for you. So if that's the case, he's in a world of trouble, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. And especially that and we talked about that too, that comment as far as after the game and really letting your defense down. And that's one of the things you have to take ownership. You have to grow up. And, you know, to me, he was really sulking. You know, he had his lip all poked out and, you know, people blaming. Yeah, you sucked. You
straight
sucked.
Up,
like straight up, you sucked. You stuck up the joint. and everyone was gracious enough and was professional enough to, to admit, hey, yeah, it was on us. We didn't do our job. But for him, it was like, nah, nah, I don't want anybody anything. Nah, just no, nah. So I think this is more of, and that's why I think Saleh said what he said. He has to mature. He has to grow up and understand that they're professionals and these are grown men in here. And despite whatever you want to believe, they take this into account. And you can't make them feel like that. I'll just say it like that.
Well, Jay, here's something then. Did the scouting department fail in the job they did with assessing who Zach Wilson was before they drafted him?
Isn't that tough?
Do you need to do better research?
But isn't that tough though to assess a person as far as their attitude?
Ask questions. This attitude didn't just start. You better go ask the college coaches and tell them, hey, this is my whole thing. And this is what I like. But my son is in high school. His high school coach said this. Parents, I want your kids to act a certain way because when a college coach comes to ask me a question, I'm not going to lie for them because I have my own reputation to help all these other people. If I start lying to college coaches about what I'm sending them, I'm not going to have that respect from those guys. And to me, it's got to be the same thing at the pro to college level. Yeah. If I go in and I ask Zach Wilson, ask BYU coaches about Zach Wilson, and you lie to me, now if I'm that GM in my scouting department, I know I can't ever go to BYU again and get no other football player. I don't care how good they are, because the words of the people that know them, that's invested in them, aren't telling me the truth. Right? They have got to tell me the truth, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, man. That's a great point. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It is your reputation, and it's the reputation of the program, and really wherever that coach goes. But again, it's going to be that point of, what do you want? Do you want the player, or are you willing to accept the attitude with the play?
Now, if I know the attitude is an issue and I still gamble on it, then I feel like I might be able to fix it and reel it in. But if I'm going in thinking that things are cool, and he said one thing on his interview at the combine when I talked to him, and something else pops up when I'm coaching him, and y'all lied to me and told me it was something else, I got a problem with that, man.
I agree with that.
Problem with that.
I agree with that, but I would have to believe that the due diligence was done.
I hope so, or they need a whole new scout. I'm bro with you. Right, you're correct.
Or the questions were asked, like, okay, tell me about him. What's going on with him?
Yeah.
And if they're like, oh, that's not all right. That's the kind of attitude we want. Is a person that's just whatever, that they have a whatever attitude. They're not high, they're not low, they're just whatever. To me, that's on them. They knew it. Yeah. They absolutely knew it. Speaking of coaching and college, in our third down, a lot has happened over this past week, and that's usually what happens at the end of the regular season of college football, right? You have the coaching carousel, the college coaching carousel especially. So a lot of them, we're going to hit them one by one. Let's go. Nebraska hires Matt Rule. Good hire, bad hire, don't care hire.
Hey, can I ask you this? I've been trying to look into this. So the Carolina Panthers still owed him over $30-something million.
Yes.
If you Matt Rule, don't you just go somewhere and sit down and watch football for a year?
I need more.
Hey, so I heard the deal's reportedly 8 years, $72 million.
9.8 million.
Carolina gets off the hook for about, from what I heard, Nebraska pays the difference or something like that, to where Carolina gets out of some of the, they had it worked in the contract to where if he takes another job, they don't have to pay him the entire amount of what they owed him from that contract. So Carolina's paying them something, but they're like, whoa, we glad this fool love football because it saved them a lot of money. Now,
yeah, it saved them a lot of money. I mean, and I think to me, this is also goes into the issue with Matt. Well, I won't say issue, but with Matt Rule, it's I've got to show people that I am a good coach. That's what this is for me.
He is at the college level, I think, Jay.
College level.
He's at the right. He's back where he belongs.
Yes. Oh, okay. I'm good with that. So
and Nebraska can't get no worse.
That's a fact.
They can't get no worse than what they were. But hey,
That's
he did it at Temple. He
Yeah.
did it at Baylor. Amid
He
all the scandal that Art Briles left behind, Matt Rule got Baylor thriving. I will definitely say that and give him his props on that. He looked like kindergarten cop on the sideline with the Carolina Panthers, but he looked like Nick Saban at Baylor on that sideline. So I think that he can get it done in Nebraska. I think that's a good fit for him. But you're right. I think a lot of him taking that job was like, I'm about to go show the world that I deserve a job.
Because he could have just sat at the house and got the money from Carolina.
This
and
big game big game right here. I'm big chilling.
Let me
32 million.
Let me see. Because I and it's probably another piece of it's probably another piece of he knew he wasn't going to get another NFL head coaching job.
I don't think he wants another. I think he realized that world is not for him. He went to the Lions Den and got a piece of his butt bit off. He don't want no part of that Lions Den anymore.
But he's been an NFL on coaching staff. He's been on NFL coaching staff. I agree. It's one thing to drive a car and then sit in the passenger seat and say, you really should slow down. You really should turn here. You really should put your hands here. It is different, but I think it is part of that. I'm going to show people I am a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, to your point, NFL head coach, not for me. But I think I think he eventually will come back. Eventually. But Nebraska is a great fit for him.
He better go get that $9.5 million for the next 8 years and sit his ass down somewhere.
Factual. Let's see. Auburn, highest freeze. Good fit, bad fit.
Hey, this is my whole thing. Hugh Freeze is Hugh Freeze. He did dirt at Ole Miss. He got out of Dodge. He stole the job at Liberty where he made good money, turned the program around, got some guys into the NFL, rated high. It's a good fit for them, for the SEC. They need someone that has a track record recruiting. Now, whether it was illegal or not, now I think Hugh Freeze has an NIL behind him that can help him do what he needs to do to get people in. And he'll get Auburn back relevant again.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're in the SEC and for as much blustering that I do, how SEC only really has 2 good teams at the top.
4 maybe, yeah. I got you.
3, okay. I'll give you 3, not 4. It's just not. It's not.
Oh, why LSU choked it out for you? You can't put them up.
I'm saying, who else you got? Who else you got?
I got you, man.
Who else you got?
That's a whole other topic.
Yeah, a whole nother. But look, man, it's they got who they wanted, I believe, and we'll see what happens in Auburn. I think there's just a lot that he'll have to go through, and players are looking at different places that they can go because of NIL, and then also because you have so many networks now that are showing their games that you don't necessarily have to go to the top team in the top conference anymore. You can make your name somewhere else. Now it's great, but you may have to get into that transfer portal and you may have to use that 5th year. But there's that part. Man, I've been clamoring to get to this one. Colorado offers Coach Prime a job, but Coach Prime has not come out and accepted it. He said, they've offered me a job. That's it. Should he accept this position?
Now, me from the outside looking in, Jay, I'm going to say, hell to the nah. That's just me from the outside looking in.
I agree.
Can you see Deion
Nope.
a mile high with that limp and them jogging pants with his socks tucked into the socks? Talk about, give me my theme music, and the big buffalo come running out behind him. I just don't see it, bro.
I mean, he has a duck right now with Affleck, but I don't see this. I don't think the weather and the temperature and climate of Colorado, of Boulder, screams Deion. It just doesn't.
I don't see it.
I don't think this is and he's been offered jobs at like USF
Yeah.
and UCF and all that. Look, man. Yes, it's an FBS job. Yes, it's in a Power 5 conference. But to me, this is not the job. You have coaching capital. You have credibility that realistically, in my opinion, you get the job you want, not the job they give you.
And that's what I think it is. I mean, yes, it's a Division I job, but I don't think Deion's in a hurry to make that decision. Now, is he good enough to coach that team? Yes, but I still think it needs to be the right fit, the right place where he can go still get the kids he needs to get, the facilities and things that he wants, what he's done at Jackson State. Like I said, it's got to be the right job in the right conference. And the Pac, we don't know what's going to happen to the Pac-12 in 2 years. When UCLA and USC leave, it might be the Pac-10 again, or what two teams are going to go steal from the Mountain West or whoever else to try to make. It's going to be a tough deal. And I don't think Deion is just going to walk into no BS. The situation's got to be right. And to me, I believe Prime does it for the right reasons, not for why so many other African Americans take D1 jobs to be like, I was the first black head coach. Not he wouldn't be the first in Colorado because they had Darrell who they had to fire. But to say that he did it, Deion's not going to do that. He's going to take a situation where he can go be himself and shine. And I don't know if Colorado helps him shine the way he's used to shining.
I mean, is Colorado a resume builder for Deion? In my opinion, I don't think it is.
I feel you. I agree with you on that one.
I don't think it is. And you know, I think you bring up an excellent point. Pac-12 ain't it. I mean, it's just not. Yes, UCLA is coming back. USC is there. But outside of that, Oregon had a bad loss this past weekend. Oregon State, who knows what they're doing. Arizona ain't been Arizona State. I mean, it's just bad, man. So you got Utah.
I don't hate on USC, man. The Trojans are balling right now, man.
They are. We'll see what happens in the Pac-12 championship, but I don't know, man. That's just a bad conference, bro. It's not as good as it can be or should be. How about that? Let's see. Lane Kiffin. This, you know what? He gets an extension. Big whoop, in my opinion. Big whoop. So what?
Well, Jay, you know why I put that on here? No, think for real. Lane Kiffin.
No, it's good.
Lane Kiffin.
I don't care about him.
I hate Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think, I shouldn't say hate. I don't even know. I mean, I think I've been around it once because his dad was my defensive coordinator in Tampa. Monty was a great guy as far as calling plays. Lane seems like the coaching version of Aaron Rodgers.
I was about to say it.
He baited along. He act like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to Auburn, but he entertained the talks from Auburn to get the bigger payday from Ole Miss to stay put. And I know once something bigger comes along, he's going to bail on them like he's bailed other places before. And he'll continue to get chances after chance after chance after chance. And where has he proven to be a winner at? He didn't win at USC. He won at FAU. He didn't do nothing at Tennessee. And he has Ole Miss relevant as a top 5 SEC school, but what does he do in the big games? He couldn't beat Alabama again. I mean, it's just like, but he gets chance after chance after chance, and he just seems slithery, like he has scales on him, like a snake in the grass. I just don't buy him, dog. He rubs me the wrong way.
Same. So I mean, that's why I say that, man. Is that, if you want to go to Auburn, go to Auburn. If you don't want to stay, I mean, in this, I told you I was going to go, and it's. He signed with Ole Miss to spite the reporters because, like, well, Lane, this is what you've done. This is the precedent that you've set. So don't act like it's
I think he wanted to leave. Yeah,
I think
but then just like, damn, they called my bluff. I really can't.
Yep. They called me with my hand in the cookie jar.
So in about 2 years, something else gonna come up. He gonna find a way to weasel out and go somewhere else and leave people high and dry.
Yep, that's it. I agree with that. Let's see. Let's get through these last ones as we get through here. David Shaw resigns from Stanford. 12 years at Stanford.
Hey, man, the way David Shaw wants to do things and with the way the new transfer portal is, Shaw's not going to have success at Stanford because he said that he was not going to use the portal. He was not bringing in transfers, but yet he was getting his guys poached off his team. And Stanford went from being a prominent Pac-12 program to a top 15 program in the country to losing to BYU the last night of a season and won, I think, 2 games this year, 3 last year, to where they're cellar dwellers. And the way, like I said, the way Shaw wanted to run his program and the way the NCAA is right now, he can't survive at Stanford like that. He can't do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that, because I think David Shaw is a good coach.
Damn good coach.
Really
he
good
knows
coach.
the game.
Yeah, he's damn good. Damn good coach. But the problem, if you cannot adapt to the landscape, and as much as one may hate Nick Saban has been able to do this over and over and over again. And that is why he is considered one of the greatest college football coaches of all time. If you can't adjust to it, that's what's going to happen. So, there you go. It's time. When you know it's time, it's time.
Right.
Fickle. Cool Fickle.
Hey, man.
Wisconsin
got a good, they got a good one, I think. I think Fickle, a lot of people thought should have gotten the Ohio State job when it came about. He went to Cincinnati. He turned things around. His record, I looked it up the day, it was like 37-8 or something crazy like bananas. He had Cincinnati in the playoffs a year ago. Very relevant again this year. Lost. I mean, I think they were 9-2 to finish the regular season off, or 9-3. I mean, something crazy, right?
Yep.
Balls out. He did. And when Wisconsin fired Chris early in the year, I didn't see that happening. They love Dane Chris. Not Dane. He's the other Chris brother. One of them, whatever.
Yeah.
They fired him.
Yeah.
The interim coach was coaching well. They were doing okay, middle of the season. He's probably going to stay. We'll probably retain him. And he had 2 bad weeks. And all of a sudden, they snuck on in and be like, hey, man, let me holler at you. Man. It was like, I know this conference. I worked at Ohio State. I know how to recruit this. I can get even better athletes to come to Wisconsin because of what conference it's in, the TV deal and everything else. I'm jumping on it. And I think this is what Wisconsin needs to be relevant again in the Big Ten.
Yeah. And in my opinion, they're not too far off. They haven't fallen off so far over the years that they cannot be. And I think Big Ten, honestly, is only 2 teams. So you can go ahead.
So you go Michigan, Ohio State, that's it?
Who else you got in the Big Ten?
Penn State. Penn State's a top 10 team, top 15 team.
Listen, I love Penn State. Go Nittany Lions. But they are a disappointment every year. They get you hyped. They win some good games at the beginning of the year, and then they start to lose. They cannot hold on to whatever it is they have. So, okay, fine. You want Penn State? Penn State. And then after that, so it's
Michigan State every other year.
I can't with you in this Michigan.
All right,
say
man.
Stuff like that. Hey, let's get to this 4th down.
Yes,
let's get this 4th down. Listen, we just pulled this, and it was one of those things of it was a great question though. Tiger Woods is having to pull out of the Hero tournament. Dude. I mean, it's time, isn't it? Because he keeps playing with our emotions. Tiger, you're playing with our emotions, man. You're playing with our emotions, bro.
Hey.
You talk bad about the Live Tour, whatever. Play, don't play.
Hey, Tiger Woods, here's something. And I'm always going to cheer for Tiger when he does play. I'm always going to I catch myself, like I said, watching golf when he does play. Decide what you want to do, man. Quit tugging at my emotions. You're going to play and play. If you don't. This back and forth banner, it makes me crazy, bro. It really makes me crazy.
It makes me sad.
You know what Tiger makes me say sometimes, Jay?
What does he make you say?
Tiger Woods made me say this.
Oh, hell no. 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 Oh,
That's right, folks. Look, Tiger Woods playing with our emotions, playing with my emotions. Make us say, oh, hell no. So this week, this is one we're going to share. We don't normally share because there's so much that goes on. But this one we're going to share. And I'm going to let Big Game talk about this because he's got to help me out with this, man.
All right, so this past Sunday,
yes,
Odell Beckham Jr. was asked to leave an American Airlines flight from Miami. The report to LA.
Yes.
So Beckham supposedly was asleep in first class without a seatbelt on, and when the flight attendants tried to ask him to put his seatbelt on, he was unresponsive. They had to tap him, they had to shake him. Fearing that he was under the influence or incapacitated and not alert enough to function, they told him that he needed to leave the flight. Beckham refused. The plane was then deplaned, and the law, or the authorities had to come onto the plane and escort Mr. Beckham off the plane. Here it is. You're rehabbing. You're getting yourself in shape. You're ready to make your 2022 comeback. The Dallas Cowboy fans just swear you're coming to Big D. You're trying to get a job.
He's coming.
Trying to get a job.
He's coming.
Your ass is on the plane, sleep, and you can't get woke up to get off the plane. Oh, hell no. What are you doing?
You know, here's the other piece of this, man. So you got to think, okay, if you're in and out of conscious, you're not conscious, whatever, because they call the fire trucks, they call the EMTs to come check on you, right? Maybe not take the Xanax so early.
Maybe he was on some lean. He was on some Xanax.
Maybe he was on something. He was on some Xanax or some lean or something. Because it's a 5-hour flight. It's like, you know, I really want to.
What Drake say? I'll be out like a light.
Like a light. Out like a light.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, but this is not a good look at all. Like, yo, even though will it affect him in negotiations? Probably not.
Well, we know the Cowboys won't be affected. They like dope heads.
As long as they can play.
Hey, the more drugs you do, and more touchdowns you score, Dallas will sign you. Dallas or Las Vegas, they like crackheads. I'm not gonna say no names, but
as long as
you know,
you
know what I'm talking about.
Hey man, first of all, that is a 3-time Super Bowl champion that you're talking about. So
I said no names. I said
neither have
names.
Neither have I. But just understand that's a 3-time Super Bowl champion you're talking about, okay? And a college football national champion. So you watch what you say about my boy, because I'm gonna tell you right now, boy, they are. Anyway, look, man.
Hey, I'm still looking for T. You know the story. If y'all don't know the story, it's okay. Jay knows the story. He's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, still looking for it. Look,
but anyway, man.
But yeah, man, it's not a good look. So, Odell, when you make a trip down to D-Town, okay, wait. We got it for you.
Tell Jerry to send his plane so you can take all the Xanax and lean you want. And guys, I have no knowledge of him using any kind of controlled substance or narcotics, but I listen to rap music, and I'm just saying.
There's just some things that kind of fit here. But yeah, that's just that, man. Hey, let's get into this between the lines because there's a lot of good stuff in here. Let's go. I love this between the lines, bro. Bucks, Rams, Packers. They're awful. They're god awful. They're so god awful. Rookies are hitting their head coaches with shoulder pads and knocking them almost the hell out, bro. But I will say this. You have a strong jaw, Sean McVay. Very strong. Dude, what's going on?
Hey, man, can I just say, dog, like
NFC South leading horrible.
5-6, and we're atop the division. Go get your chuckles on. It's all good. I deserve to be laughed at right now. Because, this past week, Jay, on Games Pewter Perspective, I pretty much, the formula I gave for the Buccaneers to win, it's like they did everything opposite that I said. So everything, go ahead, laugh. Mute yourself, goddammit. It's okay. Everything I said the Buccaneers needed to do to win, they did opposite. And they lose to the 3-7 Cleveland Browns.
Man.
And I said it before. I was like, I don't want to use the word trap game because we haven't been on a long enough streak and rolling for it to be a trap game. But I'm at the conclusion. You said this in the beginning of the year, and I debated it, and I came to the defense every week. You said old man Tom is looking old. And he missed on a lot of throws on Sunday. And this is what I said under my breath. Damn, Jay Stocks is right. Listen to the whole thing. I was like, damn, Jay Stocks is right. Jackson said, what'd you say, Daddy? Nothing. In my mind, I'm like, damn it, Jay Stocks said this early in the year, and I didn't want to believe it. And it just looked pathetic. They were forcing the ball to Mike Evans. But yet you were killing him with Chris Godwin. I don't know if it's Leftwich. I don't know if it's Bowles. But you can't be 2 years removed from the Super Bowl where every coach in your staff is like the hottest candidate for a job. And now no one in Tampa wants them fan-wise. Like everybody's like calling for the heads of everyone. And my whole thing is they're underperforming. And like I said, there's injuries. We know this. But I'm not using injuries as an excuse for why they're not succeeding because every team has injuries as part of the year. You've got to find ways to win the games you're supposed to win, win your division, and get into the playoffs with some hope. Jay, I don't even want to make the playoffs. For what? Just to get beat by a better team, and now we further back in the draft?
So, hey, look, trust me. I get that because what gets me about this is that, we're talking about the Bucs, but yeah, at the end of that game last season in the NFC Championship, Tom looked beat down. He looked old. And then when you bring full circle this whole offseason, which has been tough, it's tough for anybody. Yes, the injuries, especially to your line, your center. But, dude, it's a bad product on the field. I watched that game and just kept saying to myself, what are they doing? What is he doing? Fournette has underperformed, and so now he's been benched. White is a good running back, but it's Tom. Tom has to pass.
Yeah, I would have ran White the way they did this game or tried because against Seattle, he had 20 carries, 105 yards, and he's looking like, okay, this is the young back we got in the third to give us what we need. Yeah. We're throwing the ball way too much to where now, like I said, we don't have an identity. We do. We're pass crazy and we're pass struck, and that's what I'm talking about. Your team with Kellen Moore for so long, what crippled the Cowboys. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like we're doing the same thing. We're crippling ourselves because we feel like we got to please Tom. And then that late in the game, 3 passes in a row, you run a total of 10 seconds off the clock and give Cleveland all the time that they don't even have to use a timeout before the 2-minute warning because you don't run the ball. Yet I know it's hard to run because the interior of the line is beat up, but you have to do something. And now, not even mention that Tristan Wirfs is more than likely gone for the rest of the season. Hey man, let's move on to one of these other bad teams in the NFC right now. I'm about to jump off the ledge, bro. I can't take it.
Don't jump yet because you still have the Rams and the Packers that are worse than you guys. They're look. I said Stat Pat forgot his Super Bowl. It's over. It's over. He got his money. He got his Super Bowl. It's over.
But where's everybody else too? Like Aaron Donald not even dominating this year. Jalen Ramsey is just like he looking like Gordon Ramsay on the field. Like, what is going
that's funny.
on? What is going on?
Did the subtraction of Von Miller be that detrimental to this defense?
Yes, because Jay, not his physical play. It's got to be the leadership character, the leadership ability of Von Miller that's hurt. Something drastic is just like, ew, what is going on?
And then you have Cooper Kupp who did just get injured, but this whole season, it's been before his injury. I mean, it's just kind of a culmination of all the things that have gone bad, and it's just bad. It's just a horrible situation.
Doo-doo-licious with them.
It's doo-doo, and we talk about doo-doo. The pack, all the pack.
Jay, I know you loving it now. And when you see them play, you go back and think, how did we lose to them?
I know how we lost. I do know.
Okay.
I know how we lost because, and we'll talk about this on Cowboys cutting up, but the fourth quarters for us have not been our best quarters, and we allow people to come back. And if you're close enough, you can win. So when you let them hang around and hang around and hang around, and that rush defense.
Yeah.
But what we saw from Philly, oh man, that was bad, bro. Like, I don't believe professional football players, fake injuries. But if there was one person who would,
no, say it ain't so. You're not going there, dog. You're not going there, dog.
I mean, they're like, it's X-rays, but they're negative. But they saw like one of the trainers was carrying his luggage because his ribs hurt so bad, but he didn't want to puncture his lungs. Look, man, I continue to say he's douche Dodgers for a reason. Go ahead, sit his ass, play love. That's what I was about to ask
you. Is it time to see what your first round draft pick Jordan Love can do?
It's his third season.
Did you see enough from him in that fourth quarter to give you a glimmer of hope, or no?
No, it's all trash. Just go ahead, play him. He's in his third year.
I mean from Jordan Love. Did you see enough from Jordan Love in that fourth quarter to be like, hey, y'all may be on to something? Go ahead and sit Aaron Rodgers down.
I think we've seen enough from Jordan Love that they said, okay, we're at the mercy of douche Dodgers.
Wow.
Otherwise, you say, you know what, douche, just sit down. Who cares? We've got Jordan Love. But in his third season, you got douche Dodgers still at the helm.
Not a good look.
No. So, yeah, to me, it's, and there's Packers fans that I know who didn't want to come on the show, but now they want to talk to me in the face. I said, I tell you what, man, don't talk to me. Come on the show and talk to me. Oh, no. Come on the podcast, talk to me, punks. But that's all right. Because y'all follow douche Dodgers. And it makes sense.
Tell me how you really feel, man. Tell me how you really feel.
Let me tell you how I really feel. Russell Wilson and Mike Purcell blow up. Let me tell y'all something, man. I drafted this funky-ass Russell Wilson in both my drafts. And this fool, man, he was gone. Oh, my God. You know what? Mike Purcell, that's what you get from me. And I get, they blew up and you come on, let's go, let's get it. Let's come on offense and trying to hype him up. And Russ with his punk butt just, are you yelling at me? Somebody need to yell at you, dude. 230, was it 230, 240, 250, whatever much you're getting, way too much.
Man.
A whole bunch guaranteed. And you can't score more than 9 points, 16 points, and 4 times this season.
And rated in the bottom 5 of every major passing category, I think it is, in the NFL. I mean, let me say this. And I don't like talking about anybody.
I got you.
Except for the Cowboys.
Okay.
That's a joke. But anyway, I don't really like talking. I mean, Russell Wilson's proven in this league.
He is.
What he can.
He was.
Something happened. Something happened. I don't know if it was mental, physical. I don't know. Something is wrong because he cannot do it at all. He ain't in the mile high getting that sticky green, is he?
Anyway, I'm not saying he is.
He on something.
He on something, but not on the playbook.
But he's not on target because he can't hit. He couldn't hit a barn with a bazooka right now, bro.
He is not.
It is horrible.
Is not. He is hard. He is. So, that's that for that. Last one, because we got to kind of run here. Watson back for the Browns. I mean, okay, this is cool. I'm sure it's going to be very, very bad. There's going to be a lot of protests. People will be saying all kinds of stuff. They'll have all kinds of signs. Let me ask you this. In that locker room, how are you feeling that you have this guy coming back in after the suspension Everyone's going to be asking you about him as a pro player. What are you thinking? What's going through your mind?
Jay, I hate this element. I hate when we got on the field, we battle, we play a game. And the first question the reporter wants to bring to me is, so what was it like having Deshaun back? Mother lover, you know how many games I just played this season with this fool gone?
Right.
Don't ask me what it was like having him back. Now, and a lot of it too is you will ask me this question, and what if his performance is bad? And you go, well, how was it? What was it like having Deshaun back? And my mom like, did you see the game? We got our ass beat. What you mean?
Yeah.
What it was like? It was like we should have left Jacoby in, but I can't say it. I can't talk bad about my $230 million quarterback that's back. Now, Jay, this is the part that gets me.
Yeah.
And as a fan or as a victim or as whatever you want to call it, you have the right to do whatever you want. But they said that several of his victims will be in attendance at the game. Why is that?
Why?
That's what I want to know. You that much of a football fan? You said he weirded you out or freaked you out because of the acts that he wanted to do to you while you in the room.
Right.
But yet, there's something about the situation where you want to go see him again. That's what I'm telling you. The whole situation is bogus, dog.
Are they getting free tickets?
Unless they gave a happy ending to give them.
I shouldn't ask that question.
You shouldn't have. You know they didn't pay for them tickets.
I have some other thoughts running through my mind. So let's go. Keep it on.
Party rolling. Hey, here's a segment that we have not run in a while that we had to bring back to you guys. Hey man, I can't even find it. I can't even hold on, man.
I'm just thinking how I can get some Cowboys tickets, man.
Oh, I know how you can get some Cowboys tickets.
Hey, let's just do one of these. It is the biggest story right now.
We went left real quick.
We went real left. That escalated quickly. The proposed trade.
Jay Styles won't tickets for the tug and rub. Lord Jesus. Go
ahead.
You know,
I've done worse for less.
No comment.
I'm just glad there were no camera phones in the.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
no good. Don't you know no good. Hey man, read this proposal, man. Let's see what's out there and keep this thing going. We gotta get to the top 5, bro.
I'm still trying.
We gotta get to the top 5. Oh my God, dog. All right. So
okay.
And then
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, Russell Westbrook is going to Indiana, hopefully, because the Lakers suck and they need some cap. And who cares who comes from Indiana? I know there's somebody in there, but it's
Buddy Hield and Miles Turner are the supposed players. And Miles Turner came out, made a comment, and said the Lakers should take a hard look at me and know what I bring. I bring energy, I bring shot blocking, and I bring a 3-point shot.
And he also brings shots fired because that's what
that's what it sounds like. But in all honesty, if you're able to get a Buddy Hield, a proven shooter in the NBA, and a big that can help you if China Doll goes down, if I'm the Lakers, I gotta consider this trade. I gotta do it and get rid of Westbrook. Free up the money, get 2 younger players in that can help you out. You got a shooter, you got a backup for AD, or you put them on the floor together. LeBron can help facilitate. I think it's a win-win because Russell gets to go somewhere and be himself.
You know what's weird to me though is this trade seems one-sided to me. Like I don't get why Indiana would want Russell Westbrook though.
Yeah, I do. Well, you want to know what the rumors are?
Yeah.
The rumors are the Pacers are ready to tank so they can go get the 7'2" kid from France, Wabba Jabba. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? Victor Wamajabi, whatever, the 7'2".
Like that. Yeah.
I can't say his name. Hey, y'all forgive me. If y'all know his name, put it in the comments. Help a brother out.
Yeah.
But supposedly the rumors are the Pacers are kind of like, hey, we get this. Russell can help run us into the ground. We might get that number 1 pick, and we go get the big dude from France.
Yeah.
It makes sense. That's the only thing that makes sense about it. What else does Russell Westbrook bring you? He not turning the season around for the Pacers. They're not gonna win. Yeah. They're not gonna win the East because they go get Russell Westbrook, especially if they get rid of Miles Turner and Buddy Hield to go along with them.
Yeah, and I mean this is more. So as I'm reading more into this, he won't play for the Pacers. He'll probably do a sign and trade, and it looks like he may go to Miami. But it's just one of those things where the Lakers should consider every single trade, rumor, call, whatever, for anybody on the team. It should be anybody? A fire sale. Tell me who's good, who's available the whole season and playoffs. I'll wait.
Oh, you really asking me a question on that one?
Yeah, that's a real question, but I mean, it's kind of rhetorical. It's rhetorical. Nobody. Even LeBron, we cannot say is consistent as far as his availability. And LeBron is an Iron Man. You can hate on him all you want to, but the dude shows up and he plays and he balls. Okay. Now, can he do it all himself? Absolutely not. There's no one player that could ever do that ever in the history of the game, except for one, Will Chamberlain. He did it, but that's a whole nother story. This to me has to happen. It has to. You trade him, you get Buddy Hield, you get younger, you get better at the position in your backcourt, which you desperately need,
big time.
And you move on and you try to start to rebuild. If not, and I've been saying this for years now, Pelinka has to go. He just
got an extension, didn't he?
Yes. And you know what? You know what's crazy?
He deserved it.
You know what's crazy? I'm sighing, and I'm a Mavericks fan. I'm so upset because the Lakers should be good. That's a team that should be good. That's a historical team within the NBA. But it is so trash. There's just certain teams in certain leagues that should be good, right? Because of the history that they bring. Like the Dallas Cowboys should be good. They're not always good, but they bring history, right? Chicago Bears, they should be good. They bring history. They should be good. The Raiders bring history. They should be good, but they're not. So, I mean, when you start looking at teams like that, you're like, why aren't you good? That's history. That is an example of what that league is. You are you're an ambassador, right? You're as they say in hockey, you're the original 8. So there you go on that. We've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the cast. Let's get into this, man. Some people have a top 100, some have a top 50, some have a top 25, some punk out and have a top 10. But here on Big Game Sports Buzz, nah. It's the top 5. Who's in, who's out?
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
That's right, folks. You've heard the promo. You know what this is. Top 5 dunkers of all time. Let's go. This is a hard list, man.
Yeah, it is, bro.
It's a hard list, guys.
It's a hard list for some, not for me. And I'm gonna go ahead and just run it down. If you need an explanation at the end, ask me. I'll make sure I get it.
Okay.
All right. Number 5, Shawn Kemp. I mean, the young acrobatic go through the air. Shawn Kemp looked like he's gonna tear the whole goal down while his head brushed up against the rim. Not fat Shawn Kemp that kept playing just to pay that child support. Number 4, Dr. J, Julius Erving. One of the best to ever do it, man. A playground legend, had everybody, the first one to do the free throw line. You got to give it up for Dr. J. Number 3, Vinsanity, Vince Carter, half man, half amazing. That move jumped out the gym and whatever. Number 2, The human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins, 21 dunk streak. My dog got cheated in 1989 slam dunk contest because Michael Jordan was playing at home at Chicago. Did
Facts.
damn dunk. Dominique Wilkins did a 2-hand windmill from this. It's never been seen before. Should have got a 50. Got a 49. Lost dunk contest. Y'all cheated Chicago. Number 1, the person who won by cheating, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. And this is an older list. There's some young folk that I wanted to put in there, but I had to go a little vintage on you. That's my list, Jay.
That's a good one, man. And I agree with you. There's Vince Carter, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Dr. J, the original Skywalker, Julius Erving. Yes. But look, Sean Kemp is definitely on my honorable mention. Grandmama. And the way he would rattle.
Yeah, Larry Johnson on there?
Woo.
Okay. I ain't mad at you.
No, I don't. You know who I have?
If you say who I think you say, go ahead.
Spud Webb. That's right. Skyline's own Spud Webb.
You had to go for the little person, huh? Because you're the same height.
Of course. Actually, he's shorter than I am.
I know.
No, he isn't. He's 5'10", 5'11". We're about the same.
No, he's shorter than you.
Yeah.
He's shorter
Okay.
than
No,
He's
that's
5'6",
cool.
I think. They said.
Okay.
At least they lied during the dunk contest to make it seem shorter than what he was.
Hey, have you win? But yeah, Spud Webb, let's go. That dude was a real Skywalker. Okay, he was climbing ladders.
But he was an event. He was an event dunker. He never just threw it down in games like that.
How do you know that?
I'm a Hawks fan and I watched him. He wasn't just throwing down in the game.
Yes,
like
he was.
Dunk contest.
Yes, he was. There's a dunk where he dunked on Manute Bowl, gave him the business. The business.
Okay.
Spud Webb. Look it up. YouTube. Spud Webb's greatest dunks.
Hey man,
And then
my honorable mention is John Morant.
John Morant's dope. You know who should be on here? You know who should be on here for real? Shaquille O'Neal.
It was too easy. He was 7'2".
Bro, he's breaking backboards.
He's 300 pounds and 7 foot.
Dude, they literally changed the rim because of him. They changed it because of him. They had to innovate it.
Well, if that's the case, you just said Darryl Dawkins.
He was on my list. He was on my list.
Dr. Duncanstein, fool.
That he was on my list. But I had to take him off for Vince.
Vinsanity.
I had to. And Sean, he was on mine too. But
Kemp was a monster, bro.
He was, but he got fat.
Yeah, child support, man. He was eating steak.
I'm telling you, man. You know who I had on my list? D Brown.
You just liked it because he did the Reebok pumps before you.
Yeah. You know who else was on my list? Harold Miner.
Hey, man, stop.
Baby Jordan.
Yeah, it's a top 5. You just named 10 people. Look at you.
Am I big gaming it?
Titan, come here. Tell Jay Stoggs to stop cheating.
Am I big gaming it?
Come here.
Yo, thank you for tuning in again to this podcast, Big Game Sports Buzz, where the sports fanatic and the pro athlete.
You don't want to say hi? I'm sorry.
Talk about sports and everything else about it. I am Jay Stoggs, the Buff Nerd. Let's go.
And I'm Big Game James, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We started with some of the madness tonight, but it's that kind of day. Madness. That's what we do. If you are not checking us out live and checking us out after the broadcast, please make sure you still jump in those comments. Leave us a comment, thumbs up, and please. You heard that, right? I'm doing the show and they tearing up the living room. Christmas decoration is going on, y'all. It's on and popping downstairs.
Yeah,
it sounds like an ornament avalanche. I'm about to go downstairs.
I hope everybody's okay.
But please make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that bell, leave that comment. The Buff Nerd or myself will get back to you and interact with you, man. We appreciate it. We just hit over 90,000 views. We're at 1,100 subscribers. Actually, I think it hit 1,200 today. Thank you so much for tuning in, for liking and subscribing, man. And if there's any old show you missed, go check it out. And I got the segments. I usually put the chapters in here, man. Y'all check out that top 5, man, and see what y'all think, because we always have a difference of opinion. We all are, but we want to hear your debate, man. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.
Dope. It's a dope move by Speed.
Yeah. It's a big game.